smoke. It's quiet. I met Dan Thompson back in 1979. In fact, I still have a call that he made for me at that time. Over the years, we became good friends. Dan unfortunately passed away here a couple of years ago. And I know the work that he put into making the best hand call that I could possibly make. We just became very good friends, hunted together a lot. And to this day, I don't think I would ever switch. The sounds are just so good and so effective. There's water behind us. There's cattle in the valley. It's kind of a good spot for coyotes to be. Usually let it settle down for 5 minutes or so, let everything go quiet. One thing we did see coming in, there's rabbits in here, so this should be a fairly decent area for coyotes. We're out west right now, but in the Midwest. We actually shoot a lot of our coyotes at about 40 to 45 minutes. So with the rabbits around, I think we'll start off with a rabbit and see what happens here. Sun's gonna get us here in a second. Patience is a key that Dan taught me. This first coyote took 1 hour and 5 minutes to get to us. I usually sit an hour. We actually were getting packed up and ready to go. Still sitting there kind of talking a little bit, and lo and behold, 1 hour and 5 minutes. Here he is. He's probably about 500 yards out at that time. Was able to get him to come in, take him at about 250 yards or so. Here's what worked on that call, on that stand right there. At one point, I went. If you're pretty sure you got coyotes in the area and stuff, or you're calling or it's just not working, throw in a pup in distress. It never ever hurts to try that. Don't start with it, or don't use it all the time. But if you're just sitting there and you're just got that feeling that they're in the area and nothing's happening for you, throw in a pup distress. It's not going to hurt anything, and it might be the sound that frees them up and breaks them loose to make them come in and investigate what's going on. If you look at the positioning where we are right now, the wind right now is at the back of my neck going this way. And if you notice where I took the shot, he was trying to get downwind. He's about probably about 200 yards out. So at that point, he's trying to get downwind, and got to a point that he didn't see what he thought he should see and just hung up. So he stopped. Well, this was our first stand of the morning. This is our first day out in Wyoming. This one actually showed up at 1 hour and 5 minutes. And at the hour point, we had kind of given up, and we were doing some different things and readjusting some cameras. And look out across the valley, we were calling, and I see this real light spot. And if any of you guys have ever hunted Wyoming, that's what you'll see first with the coyotes, is all of a sudden you'll notice this light spot out in the sagebrush, and here he was. So a few more little coaxer type sounds. I was using actually Dan Thompson. This is one of the new versions. This is a PC2D, just a few coaxing sounds, and it finally came out into a little bit of a meadow at the end of some sagebrush, and kind of hung up a little bit. So I decided to take the shot at that point, and got him. So here's our first one of the punt. Pretty coyote, real pretty fur.